G'day everyone, Tempo here, and welcome to the TD Project. In today's episode, I'm going to be making another installment of my teaching vlog, which is a series in which I share my insights and experiences as a high school teacher, because in case you haven't already realised or you don't know, one of my various jobs is that I work as a high school teacher, believe it or not. And this is an opinion that I've held for the longest time, even before I even became a teacher, even before I became an adult. Like, this is just something I've held for a really long time, and that is that ADHD does not cause misbehavior. And this is probably going to be a little bit controversial to some people, and many of you might even think I'm a bit of an arsehole for what I'm about to say in this video, but I feel it needs to be said, and that is ADHD does not cause misbehavior. So there's this, first off, let me explain ADHD, right? So ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. And it's, to oversimplify a little bit, I guess, if you have ADHD, you tend to have really short attention span. You have trouble focusing on tasks, especially if they're larger tasks or you're not interested in them. You have trouble waiting for your turn when it's not your turn. You fidget a lot, you need to move around a lot, you can't stay in the one spot for a prolonged period of time. You need to be always doing things and always be mixing up various activities, unless of course it's something that really specifically interests you to a high degree. And if you have ADHD, you may have one or more of those symptoms and various others. I'm not going to completely examine what ADHD is in this video, but just a brief simple overview, that's what ADHD is. And there's this stigma, like there's this stereotype that people with ADHD, particularly kids, like students, are like troublemakers. They're just always out there causing trouble, misbehaving, doing as much as they can to cause trouble and mayhem for everyone, particularly their teachers and their classmates. And I just want to throw out that while this stereotype, this stigma is based on some things which I believe are true for the majority of students with ADHD, it is not foolproof, it's not conclusive, because I have encountered students with ADHD that are doing their best to reach their full potential, to excel in their classwork and in life in general, not let their ADHD bring them down, and making an effort to not misbehave. And so it saddens me when people think ADHD causes misbehavior, because that just throws a lot of crap on the genuinely good students with ADHD that are doing their best to break away from that stereotype, from that stigma. So lots of people believe ADHD causes misbehavior, and I'm here to tell you that ADHD does not cause misbehavior, because like I said, ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It does not stand for Attention Deficit Throw a Chair Across the Room Disorder. It does not stand for Attention Deficit Punch Someone in the Face Disorder. It doesn't stand for Attention Deficit Be an Arsehole Disorder. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So, to oversimplify a little bit, you have trouble focusing and you need to move around a lot. That is ADHD. It does not mean that because you have ADHD, that it just triggers something in you that makes you want to muck up, want to misbehave, want to cause trouble for everyone. That is not what ADHD is. There is I'll admit, there is a correlation between students who have ADHD and students that misbehave. There is a correlation, but there is by no means a causation of ADHD and misbehavior. Correlation, not causation. Two very different things. It just happens to be that people with ADHD, students with ADHD, tend to be the students that are misbehaving. But ADHD does not cause their misbehavior. Misbehavior is a choice. Every single person, regardless of any of their conditions, choose to misbehave. it's a choice, and you don't have to misbehave. In the same way, you choose whether or not to or not to behave properly, to choose to or not to focus on your classwork or do your classwork. Misbehavior is a choice, and every student, ADHD students included, choose whether or not they are going to or not misbehave. But the ADHD does not cause this misbehavior. The ADHD might contribute to it a little bit, but it does not directly cause it, and that is the point I'm trying to drive here. Because it's just, by ADHD students constantly misbehaving, you then further enforce the stereotype, the stigma, that ADHD students are troublemakers and are constantly misbehaving, and it just throws crap on the genuinely good ADHD kids that are trying their best to learn and not get caught up in all the hoo-ha about ADHD and misbehavior. And it's a little bit sad. And like I've said, I've already reiterated it like heaps of times. I'm going to keep saying it. ADHD does not cause misbehavior. And something I want to also throw out there is that it really bothers me when the students with ADHD use their ADHD as an excuse to misbehave. Like, I'll call a student out on it. Like, why are you misbehaving? Why are you disrupting all the other students? Why are you throwing a chair across the room? And they're usually, 9 times out of 10, their default response is, "Sir, I have ADHD." No. Your ADHD is not causing your misbehavior, and you're using it as an excuse to misbehave, and that's not how this works. Okay, I get you have ADHD, I get you have trouble focusing in class, sitting in your chair, but it's not an excuse, it's not a reason for you to cause trouble for everyone, okay? Everyone right now, everyone in the world has their own set of issues, problems, and maybe even physical, mental, or psychological circumstances going on, and the difference, there's 2 kinds of people. There are the people that know they have these problems or issues, and they do their best to go forward with their life, do their best to progress, reach their potential. And then there are the other people, like many people with ADHD, that use their problems or issues or their ADHD to justify why they should not progress, justify why they should not even bother reaching their potential. And that is all wrong. That's the wrong kind of mentality. Your ADHD is not causing your misbehavior. Your choices are causing your misbehavior, and you're choosing to use your ADHD as a means to justify why you're misbehaving. But I'm sorry, there's no justification for throwing a chair across the room or whacking someone in the head or just simply causing trouble, all right? Now, the best way to go about this would be to meet your teacher halfway, like any student should. All students should meet their teacher halfway. And that's a driving point for pretty much all of my thoughts, my insights with regards to teaching. Teachers and students need to meet each other halfway. And as someone with, if you have ADHD, okay, cool. As a teacher, I'm going to do my best to teach you. Even though you got ADHD, I'm going to do my best to tailor my lesson plans and structure my lesson activities and all that to suit your needs so that you can learn, so that you can reach your full potential. And I understand, maybe you have trouble focusing on large topics or activities, and maybe you need to move around every so often. And I'm going to try my best as a teacher to accommodate that, to factor that into my lesson plans, and I'm going to try and tailor my plans to you. I'm going to deliver my lesson to teach and reach everybody in my class, including students with ADHD. But you got to meet me halfway. You got to meet your teachers halfway, okay? And you'd be surprised what might happen, what you could accomplish, the potential you could reach if you pulled your head out of your ass, stop using your problems and issues like ADHD as an excuse to justify you screwing around, and just meet your teachers halfway. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to try and wrap it up here, so just to reinforce my points, ADHD does not cause misbehavior. Misbehavior is a choice. Your ADHD doesn't justify your choice to misbehave, and it's not a reason for you misbehaving. And you should really meet your teachers halfway, because they want you to reach your full potential, and it's really hard when you're choosing to be a muppet. And that's just my opinion anyway. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and yeah, make sure you do all that YouTube jazz, like, comment, share, subscribe, get notified, be kind, rewind. I also want to add, are you someone with ADHD? I really want to hear your opinion about this. Please let me know in the comments below, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys around the next one.